The American Negro can never be blamed for his racial animosities. He is only reacting to the 400 years of the conscious racism of the American whites. This is a quote from the Honorable Malik El-Shabazz, also known as Malcolm X. Um, I'm going to talk about this Black Lives Matter. First off, I'd like to greet you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to talk about this thing, being an American Negro in this country for 48 years, born and raised. Um, I want to talk about the hijacking of black movements in the black community, on how it was done back during the civil rights movement and present during the so-called Black Lives Matter movement. Back in the day, we had, black and whites locking arm in arm, for the so-called Black Civil Rights Movement. You have whites. They'll say the Civil Rights Movement was a black thing, and now we got the so-called we have Hispanic civil rights. We have civil rights from all civil rights movements from all other nationalities, but its true origin relates to the blacks, the American Negro, here in this country, United States of America, which that mostly the people who truly benefited, were whites who were a part of it, because you know nothing changed for the American Negro. You know, nothing. From then till now. I mean, even with the treasonous acts of the American Negro female, where she chose to get on board with the lesbian movement of the women's rights, women's the women's rights movement, which it had absolutely nothing to do with her. I mean, even back in the early, what's that, 1900s, 19, I believe it's 1910, 1911, which brought about the white women suffrage movement, which was a global thing. I'm not against any type of female movement. As long as it strengthens the family. As long as it's not anti-family. Talking about you know the woman should not don't really need a man just to have kids and whatnot. All that old bullshit. These white motherfuckers be trying to push on black women. I mean, that's their thing, as if the white woman wants to destroy her family, and the family of the white community, then be at it, let them destroy what they have, you know, because during that time, even during that time, during the suffrage movement, the black families always had a black man in the household, all the way up until the civil rights movement, up until the late 60s. The black man was always in the household. Then all of a sudden, these dyke bitches, white dyke bitches come along and talking that shit about, um, You know, they want. It was basically about expressing sexuality and shit like that. For the something to advance the at home white woman. You know, and the blacks and Latino community was nothing more than tools, pawns. During that time, it had nothing to do with them. Now look at us now. Look at us now. In Philadelphia, 12-year-old boy gunned down while he's enjoying his summer break. Out minding his own business, enjoying his summer break before school starts. Shot multiple times. This is an African American boy, Philadelphia. Chicago has a record number of shootings in one day. I believe it was somewhere between 55 and 60 shootings in a day. It's said to be, that's like almost more than one shooting per hour, what the media is talking about. How can Black Lives Matter when we can't stand to be in the room with one another? How black women are and whatnot, man. The black women don't even know how to be women, period. You know, the black woman will do anything she can to undermine the black man, having thrown in jail, call the police on him, having paying child support to the point where he paying outrageous numbers of dollars that he's stuck living in his mother's basement. How can a woman fix her fucking mouth up to say that, I'm referring to the black woman. How can she fix her fucking mouth to say, she loves her kings, you know, and she even sets the, these bitches be setting the bar so high and whatnot that they can't even get a man. I say, man, you gotta be realistic with what a man is. If a man can hold down a job, man got his own place and whatnot, and he's about building, strengthening family, then community and whatnot. That's what you want to get on board with. I, you know, you tell your daughters, I'll tell my daughters, the type of man you want should never come from a single parent household. If ain't a man in the household, don't fuck with him. Cause he don't have a clue what the fuck a man is. If he wearing his pants below his ass, he really don't know what the fuck a man is. Not a clue. I know a small baby, a small child, wearing a nice little pretty colored jumper, you know, and it's falling off. Mommy has to run around and put his clothes back on him, so he don't have to run around just a diaper on, you know. That's acceptable. That's totally acceptable. But when you get to be much older, fucking teenager, and you still don't know how to wear your fucking clothes, don't know how to put a belt on, or fucking suspenders and shit. I'm trying to figure out when did wearing a belt and wearing suspenders become such an ugly fad. Something that's that's like you don't want to wear no more. You know, I mean, I'm 260, 6'3". I got some weight on me. And I still wear a belt. Even when I wear shorts, I still wear a belt. I'm always conscious about how my appearance is. My hair comb. I brush my beard. And, make sure I ain't got no stains on my shirts. My clothes are pressed, and I'm wearing my pants above my fucking waist. Everything that the black community does is definitely counterproductive. Talking, talking, talk. It's about action. In Islam, we talk about, to right or wrong, you have to use your hands. You got to be hands on to correct the wrong. If you're unable to use your hands to correct the wrong, you speak out against that wrong. If you're unable to do that, it's to hate that wrong in your heart, which is the weakest position to take. So for me, I'm always going to be hands on. Even though I'm not raising my kids, they're with their mothers. I know their mothers are remarried, have men in their life. My children have role models in their life, especially my oldest daughters. They have role models in their life. My youngest has a role model in her life. Men, women nowadays don't even know how to raise daughters because them themselves don't know how to be women. I mean, you could teach a bride, change your fucking tampon and whatnot, how to fucking douche. That's about it. You can't teach her anything besides just that. She's more likely going to do what you do. Lay up in the house, wait, go out to the club, bring a man home. Mommy, is that my new daddy? He drops off a few trinkets and whatnot, to win you over and shit, man, so then you keep the kids quiet while he up there blowing your back out, and not to make a whole bunch of noise while you're getting your back blown out. A lot of you women, you do shit that's counterproductive. A lot of you do. This is why a lot of you by yourself raising these kids by yourself. Because you want to get behind that genre, that these white motherfuckers put out. You don't need a man. You don't need to be acknowledged. That's all dyke shit, man. I'm seeing, the upswing of black lesbians and shit, man. When that's gonna come about. Because I mean, if you ain't got nothing on a regular, you might as well rub up against some Brillo and shit, man. Another bitch. Because you want to get behind, what white motherfuckers say. A young man needs his father. A young man needs another male role model, not another simp nigga. You can't bring another simp nigga who don't know how to be a man. You gotta bring a man, a true man, into the picture. A man who had many, many, many male role models in his life. His daddy, his uncles, his brothers, his uncles, granddad, whatever. I mean, whatever and whatnot. The purpose of the saying, it takes a village. The village consists of, you know, dad, granddad, uncles, dad's, dad's second cousins, whatever. As long as they're men, it's going to take that, to help raise young men so they can turn out to be men. Me myself, I could never get behind, what these white motherfuckers say, man. You know, even though I'm still on fucking probation and shit, man, for the shit I did. Wanting to kill this motherfucker out in Ferguson, his family and whatnot. I'm still waiting to hear on, how that's going. Shit, you know, which we should do to any motherfuckers that's going to, point their guns at us. All the guns in the community, man, we should be putting down a whole bunch of motherfucking lead. Motherfuckers shoot at us. We need to start shooting back. That's another video. I'm still kind of rebellious, but white motherfuckers trying to tell me, man, how to tell me how to be me. That'll never happen, man. Never happen. How you gonna, have me facing economic oppression, physical oppression, social oppression, and still want me to jump through hoops for you? That'll never happen. I'll never do it. You know, I'll sit here, and look real stupid as I gaze up at this white motherfucker, man, try to tell me how to, tell me how I should do me. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. It shouldn't have to take any type of organization, any type of black organization whatsoever, man. I mean, we got the money, we got the economic power, but we don't show it. There are no Fortune 500s companies in our communities, in the black community, none. Back in the day, I remember back in the day, there were plenty in the hood that employed many African Americans. There were Scott Tissues, there were DuPont Paint, in the hood, in South Philly, you know, companies in West Philly, paper company in West Philly, Scott Tissues, Stroman's, Wonder Bread, cigar. It was one of the Phillips cigars in North Philly. A lot of these companies are well known. Especially when it comes to cigars, a lot of you niggas roll up these blunts using their paper. There are no more big companies in the hood no more, man. They're gone. They're gone, man. Why? Why he says, you can make better money if you take his company overseas, Mexico, you know, or move his company out to the suburbs somewhere, where it's difficult to get to work. Black woman, if you don't change your way of thinking, especially about how these simps come at you and whatnot. Niggas tell you all types of shit, just to get you know just to smash on you and whatnot. You lost, you lost. I won't fuck with you. You know, I'll leave you hanging in the wind. You'll never know what I got. Never, never. You'll never know what size of my bank account, whether or not I'm driving a car, whether or not I got a place. Never. I'll leave you curbside till you change your ways. If you come at me like you's a hoe, I'm gonna treat you like a hoe. Point blank. You need to thank your mother, your grandmother, how the fuck the way you are and shit, man. Black man still suffering. What type of work can the black woman put in? I seen a fucking video out in Wisconsin. Bunch of bum ass black bitches standing around a a weed store that has been burned, vandalized. Looking like chickens, ready to feed and shit, man. I thought that was some of the like repulsive shit that I've seen. Walking around with Jiffy Pop bags over the motherfucking heads and shit, and man, head scarves and shit. You people need to think. You black women need to thank the white woman, for your condition and whatnot, because you thought, you get behind them, everything is going to be smooth sailing. Not so. Look at your condition. They were telling you you don't need a man to be acknowledged. Back in the day, Nixon and Henry Kissinger pushed the homosexual agenda with in the black community. That was their agenda to push to make homosexuality acceptable, which was never our culture as black people. During the times of slavery, during the slave trades, there were more men being raped by the so-called white man, the slave owners, than more than more than black women were being raped, sodomized. It's a disgusting thing. It's a disgusting thing. It's a vile thing. It's something animals do. It is unacceptable in the black community. This is not our culture. If white people want to destroy their families, their communities, let them. All we have to do is sit by and pick up the pieces and take over. Even though their holidays have nothing to do with us. Why do you see, you know, uh, blacks selling St. Patrick's Day, black people celebrating Columbus Day? These people were oppressive, especially Christopher Columbus, man. He was slaughtering Native Americans, black people. He was just a murderer. You know, Don't let these white folks get at you like that, get you on board what they want to do. It has nothing to do with you. They will use you as a tool, as a fucking pawn. That's what they will do. They'll push that abortion shit down your throat. Abortions ain't got nothing to do with us, man. Black people have always been pro-life. If you look at the abortion rates during the early 1900s to the up into the civil rights movement, during the civil rights movement, look at the abortion rate, and then from the civil rights movement, the abortion rate for the civil rights during the civil rights movement to the present time. It's ridiculous, man. When yesteryear, it was never about we need to go have an abortion. Nah, it was about shotgun weddings. Shit, you got married. That was it. You became family. You became family. You got my little daughter pregnant. Oh, you got to get married now. Sorry, son. Too late. You got to get a job down at the local factory. You got to provide for your family now. That's what it was about. The white motherfuckers keep telling us, that, if you want to get rid of a child, you got to kill it. Let them destroy their own. If they want to have an abortion, let them do it. They want to do, like I said, I'm gonna keep reiterating this. If they want to destroy their own families, their own communities, allow them to do so. We need to get our sons, our brothers, our fathers to stop killing each other, to stop drawing pistols on one another, to remove. We need to get these motherfucking um, uh, bodegos out of our fucking communities. These motherfuckers that be selling this high octane alcohol out of our communities and whatnot. We shut them down. We shut them down. Get this cheap ass 211 OA Cisco Tiger Rose Irish Rose. This type of poison out of our communities, man. We need to stop electing these fucking sellouts, these fucking coons, man, that does nothing for us. Even these fucking prosecutors we put in office, we need to stop because they're still sending our fathers, our sons, our grandfathers, our uncles to prison for these long stints, these long ass stints. It's preposterous, man. And then when it comes to indict like motherfucker in blue, you know, the grand jury is going to always come back in favor of the prosecutor, how he wants to sway the grand jury. And this is the motherfucker we put in office. We elected. That has to stop. That has to stop because we need to change the system from within. We need to put people who's going to do that. The prosecutor who's going to keep it status quo and whatnot. Yeah, he's not going to do us justice. We need judges. We need prosecutors. We need public defenders. That's going to make changes from within, not keep the status quo. Time's going to come where you sisters, you black women are going to have to get you a man because, as far as, a lot of you ain't working, you on this welfare thing and whatnot, you know, because things going to start changing. They want you off the welfare rolls. They want to reduce them. You know, all this time, you sitting back collecting child support, getting a welfare check, getting TANF, you know, subsidized housing, food stamps, you know. Then on top of that, you got a simp giving you money, because you think you great at giving up some good head, some good pussy and whatnot, Trust me, yeah, this simp nigga ain't stupid, because he got like maybe about 20 brides, that give some good head, some good ass. Ain't nothing unique about your pussy. Ray Ray's, putting in work. Ray Ray already got 20 kids by different mothers. And when Ray Ray ain't around, then this homie Junebug comes around, smash on you, slips you a couple dollars and whatnot. Ray Ray already knows about it. You just that type of bride, you nasty bitch. You need to change. Seriously. You need to drop all that shit that you learned in the past from your mama, from these white motherfuckers, and find out what is a real woman. Stop having these babies out of wedlock. These white folks thinking just because if Donald Trump becomes president, we got to deal with another race war. The same shit. It was the same shit, during Obama's first election and whatnot. Yeah, Obama's going to do some shit. White folks swore up and down Obama's going to do some shit, to put African Americans in a position to get some payback. Yeah, it's the same shit, you know. It's the same shit. We need to change. We need to change how we think. We need to change, you know, everything about us and whatnot, man. Because everything that we get from white people, man. Everything. And we have to go to white people just to ask them to breathe. Some shit, man. This will be a continuation on the subject of my attempt to waken the sleeping American Negro. Um, as I do these video blogs, I'm attempt to improve in doing these videos. I'm gonna be asking for donations so I can get some video editing software. Because me myself, you know, my financial situation is hard right now, so I have to ask for donations. So to those who ain't feeling anything I say, that's your choice. To those who are feeling me on what I have said, then I need your support. I'm calling upon you. for your support, your financial support. I'm not asking for $1 million. If I can get 100 people to send me $1, that's great. Um, I'll send you in the future. I'll send you a link to go to, or if you see I have a video, a GoFundMe video with a link that would take you to my GoFundMe site. So I leave you in peace. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.